Hey y'all, welcome back to 2 Minutes of Tea. It's 2025. Oh my God, we made it. The year has been long for many of us. It's a lot going on. And so something I really wanted to do this year is focus on promoting Black-owned brands because I think community building is essential and it's going to be one of the ways that we survive and stay really connected. And so the first brand I want to highlight is Click Pop Studio, owned by Nadia and I. Y'all need to book her, okay, for your product photography needs. If you're interested in any kind of like creative direction, she got you. If you need help posing, she got you. If you have an idea and you need it fleshed out more, she got you. Branding, a strategy. She also does portrait photography. She will have you looking like a baddie. Okay, so make sure you go to her website, clickpopstudio.com. You can hit her up on IG at clickpopstudio, or you can hit her up at Nadia Photo. Hit her up, okay? Because y'all, we are building community this year, okay? We are supporting Black businesses. We are building up our own because we all we got. All right, love you guys so much. Enjoy the show.
It's tea time with Uncle 12. Let me go grab my cup.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Season 4 of Tea Time with Uncle Twirl, where what's in your mug is your business. I'm your host, Uncle Twirl, and we have an iconic guest filming with us today. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Uno Assassin, photography prodigy, fashion icon, my dance rival, and owner of Click Pop Studio, Nadia and I. She's in the building. Y'all give it up to her. Yes. Cheers, my darling.
Cheers.
Welcome to Tea Time.
Thank you.
Y'all already know we drinking some Brooklyn tea. Make sure y'all check them out. How are you looking? I mean, are you rich? Because it's giving.
A little bit.
It's giving diamonds and pearls, honey. You look good.
Thank you.
I love the new hair. It's giving.
Yes.
I'm still recovering from your birthday photo shoot because you know, you were making waves. You broke the internet. Like, I don't think I was prepared. Like, I know you in real life, and I was like, oh my God. Oh, holy I mean,
I had to do it for the one time.
I mean, you ate. Okay. So before we get into your business, I figured we play a few games. Y'all know how we do on Tea Time. First up is Sip or Spill. I'm going to give you some options. And then, you know, you'll pick which one you're gravitating towards most. And if you don't want to pick, you know, you're going to take a sip because we believe in consent. Amen. All right. First up, lemon pepper wet or dry?
Dry.
She's a dry girl, honey. Portrait or product photography?
Product photography.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mac and cheese or crab legs?
What?
Panic.
Why would you do that?
Cannot compute.
I'm gonna have to say crab legs.
Period. Same. Leon LaHavis or Jasmine Sullivan?
Oh, no. I'm sipping.
Just immediate. I won't. How dare you? They're both amazing. Okay. Leverage or Criminal Minds?
You know what? Why would you do that?
I mean, you know,
Let me think. I'm gonna say Criminal Minds.
period.
I was invested in both, but I think Criminal Minds takes it home for me.
Baps or Little Shop of Horrors?
Why did I give you this? I'm gonna go. I'm a musical lady.
Yes.
Baps. You know, I'm gonna go Baps.
Period.
I was Halle Berry one Halloween. Kirsten knows.
Iconic.
We were there together.
Girl, I still have not found that wallet. I don't know what happened that part because I think we were going to Kid Fury's Halloween party.
Yeah.
Lit. I still don't know where my wallet
disappeared.
is. Vintage or fast fashion?
Vintage all the way.
Period. Heels or sneakers?
Sneakers. I did my stilettos pumps in the club. No.
I'm retired.
I'm done.
Kendrick or Drake?
Now you know. Kendrick.
I mean, I just had to ask. Last but not least, Canon or Nikon?
Canon.
Canon
all day.
Here all day. Very good. You gotta breeze through that.
Look,
you know, you ain't sip too much.
Look, you got me.
You had to choose between two of your faves, some of your babies.
I did. That really made me angry. It really did.
Okay, so the next game we're gonna play is Would You Rather, the creative edition. Okay. So I'm gonna pose some questions and you'll just let me know which one you'd rather do. It's gonna be super fun. Okay. Would you rather work with a major brand to create one-time campaign or collaborate with a small boutique for a long-term creative partnership?
Ooh, I think I've actually done both, but I would say my favorite would probably be the small business and working with them to grow because I work with a lot of emerging businesses
Right.
and helping them develop their branding and just seeing them grow throughout the years and to really, really hone in on their community.
It's kind of like watching your baby grow. It's like you plant a seed and you get to really see it blossom. Yeah, I love that. Okay. Would you rather create a photography series on love or a collection that explores self-empowerment and identity?
Ooh, I'm all about the empowerment and identity because it's just the most challenging, I think.
Facts.
Love to me is a little bit easy. You can be on the nose when it comes to creating campaigns like that, and it really takes a lot to create something that speaks to a multitude of people when it's about them specifically and how they can grow.
Facts. And I think it's something powerful, like when you look at an image and it conveys something that like transcends you to like believe in yourself or empower you or you see yourself in the image. I think a lot of times, like you were saying, love can be very like on the nose. And so, yeah, that's dope. Period. Would you rather be known for your fine art photography or having a strong personal style that influences others' work?
Ooh, I feel like those go hand in hand, but I think the strong style for me, because that's what I'm known for anyway. And so I think that would filter over if I wanted to be known for fine arts. My personality just shines through.
Period. Trendsetter. Would you rather work with a dream client who has a very specific vision or a client who gives you full creative freedom?
Ooh, I like specifics. I am an overthinker, so if you just say run with it, I'm standing right here because I don't know where to go. But I really do like specifics. But on the other hand, I do like to be able to add my own creative flair to it. So I love having flexibility, but I don't want too much freedom.
Facts.
I don't do well with too much freedom when it comes to stuff like that.
As someone else who's an overthinker, I'm like, the more specific, the better. Just let me know exactly what we're doing. No, I feel that. Okay. Would you rather go on an international photography tour or create a multidisciplinary project that merges your passions with photography and performance?
Ooh, man. I would say the second one because like that tour would be cool, but I feel like that second category would take me above and beyond for sure.
Facts.
And there's just more meat to that bone, I feel like.
Facts. Would you rather teach a master class on photography or work on a large-scale public art installation that gets global attention?
Ooh, these questions. I feel like I'm still in the hot seat. Oh, man. Global installation would be cool.
It would be.
But I'm in the space right now where I'm cultivating education. And so I feel like I would pick that because I am enjoying mentoring young photographers or people wanting to get to where I am learning about the business.
Right.
And so I would have to pick that masterclass, but one that makes sense and one that's actually going to give people the skill set that they want instead of just promising them, take this course and you'll get $1 million.
Right. Next thing you know, you'll be the cover of Vogue. Would you rather collaborate with a music artist to create visuals for an album or a fashion designer to shoot a campaign for their new collection?
Fashion all the way.
Yes. Yes. No, I feel that same. Would you rather have your photos featured in a major magazine or win an award for your artistic direction?
I would take the award. I've been in a few magazines and it's cool, but it's not all it's cracked up to be because, once people close that magazine, it's just stored away and you don't think about it again.
Facts, baby. Look, I'll always be, you see, this is my award. Last one. Would you rather be able to shoot in any location you desire or be able to afford the highest end equipment for your projects?
Ooh. I think, because I'm like, it's that question of like, would you like to, wherever you travel, stay for free or like never pay for a flight? And it's like, both would be good.
Facts.
I would say the equipment.
Facts.
I would definitely need that equipment.
It's expensive.
Is it?
Like people think like a lot of this is just, you make it look so seamless because you're so talented. But it's a lot of work, a lot of skill. But like the equipment, the production, like it takes money.
Oh, and people tell me, I'm doing photography as a hobby. I'm like, that's an expensive hobby.
Facts. It's like when people are like, oh yeah, I race horses for a hobby, or like, I'm a jockey. It's like, oh, you're rich.
You're rich.
Okay, very good. I love that. Okay, so the next game we're going to play is a game some of you may be familiar. Terrell Grice on the Terrell Show. It's his game. It's I Know You Fucking Lying. And so there are some cards on your side. There's some cards on my side. So we're each going to take turns. We're going to pick one. We're going to read the card. And then if you are familiar with the game, we'll take turns saying, I can name one. I can name two. I can name three. I can name four. And then if one of us thinks the other is lying, we're going to be like, I know you're fucking lying. And then you have 30 seconds to rattle off what you think you know.
Oh, Lord.
That's going to be so fun. I can't
wait.
The pressure. Let's see what we know, girl. It's a mixed bag. Do you want to go first or you want me to go first?
Ooh, you know what? You can go first.
Okay.
I'm scared.
Okay, so the first one, the topic is random. Slang words that mean money. I can name one.
I can name two.
I can name three.
I can name four.
I can name five.
I can name six.
I can name seven.
You lying.
Okay. Guap, cheese, cheddar, dough, paper, Skrilla, coin.
Look, I didn't have that many. I'm like, what's gonna be after that?
Let me tell you, I only know Skrilla because of P-Valley. I had never heard of that until that show.
I was like, Skrilla? Okay.
I was like, okay, Skrilla. Okay, what you got?
Okay, let me see here. Whew, Disney princess movies. I can name one.
I can name two.
I can name three.
I can name four.
I can name five.
I can name six.
I can name seven.
I know you're fucking lying.
Okay, so we got Princess Jasmine. We got Cinderella. I'm about to say Sierra Child. Cinderella. We have Sleeping Beauty. We have Snow White. We have Rapunzel. Was she a princess?
Yeah.
We have Rapunzel, and then we have Miss Tiana. She wasn't a princess, though, was she?
I mean, she did marry a prince.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Who else was a princess that I'm not thinking of? Wait, I said seven, right?
Seven. Yeah.
Seven. I know someone's screaming like, "Why aren't you saying these?" What was the other one?
And her time is approaching.
Beauty. No, she wasn't a prince. Belle. Beauty.
What's the name? Yes, Beauty and the Beast.
Okay.
Yes, that's actually my mom's favorite.
Yeah.
I can see my mama like, girl, Beauty and the Beast, girl.
I'm sweating.
Okay, let's see next. This is Smarty Pants. Now I'm a little shook at this one.
Okay.
Math terms.
You know what? Okay.
I can name one.
I can name two.
I can name three.
I can name four.
I can name five.
You are lying to me.
Hypotenuse, radius, circumference, Pythagorean theorem.
Never use that.
I don't even know what it is, girl. I just know I heard of it. Dividend.
Dividend. Yeah, you know what? You're right.
Let me tell you, I only know dividend because that was gonna be one of my slang terms for money. Where my dividends, baby.
Give me them in. Okay. Makeup brands. I can name one.
I can name two.
I can name three.
I can name four.
I can name five.
I can name six.
I can name seven.
I know you're fucking lying.
Okay. So we got Danessa Myricks.
Okay.
We have MAC. We have CoverGirl.
Period.
We have LA Girl, Revlon. And then we have Maybelline.
Hello.
And then I'm going old school. And then the last one, we have Makeup by Mario.
Period. Look, I was gonna be like Avon, Fenty Beauty.
I forgot about Fenty.
And I think did Beyonce just drop like a makeup line? I saw like something in her promo because they were doing it. Oh, it's a perfume. Hey Beyonce.
Because I said Danessa Myricks, I was like, there's another black one. I can't think of it right now.
What is it? Okay, next up. Ooh, music is the category. Artists with "lil" in their stage names. I can name one.
I can name two.
I can name three.
I can name four.
I can name five.
I can name six.
I can name seven.
You know you finna say it. I can name eight.
I know you're fucking lying.
Okay. We got Lil Bow Wow. We got Lil Wayne. We got Lil Romeo. We got Lil Zane. We got Lil Baby. Lil Thug.
Lil Thug? Who that?
No, it's somebody out there named Lil Thug. So give me this. I know it is.
You got two more. Come on, Lil Thug.
And then we got Lil Jon.
One more. You want to rumble with the put a whole hex on the whole family.
Lil Nas X? I don't know.
Oh, I forgot one. That was Lil Kim.
Oh. I'm thinking about men. I'm like, I don't.
No matter you say, Lil Nas X, correct.
I'm showing my age, y'all. Because I'm
Okay.
like, who?
Oh my gosh, this is fun. Ooh, the category is movies.
Okay.
Horror movie franchises,
You know
which means there's
damn
more than one. It's a
well.
franchise. I can name one.
I can name 2.
I can name 3.
I know you can name 3. This is like your world. Let me see here. I can name 4.
I can name 5.
I'm not gonna win this. Let me think. I can name what number were you on?
6.
That's a big number. I'm gonna go ahead and say number. I can name 7.
I can name. Oh, you can name 7.
Mm-hmm.
I can name 8.
You lying.
Okay.
I know you're lying. Is it that many?
Yeah, Chucky, The Conjuring, Leprechaun, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Halloween, Insidious. How many am I doing?
8.
8. One more. It.
Okay. Yeah, I would have had like 2 of those.
Let me tell you, I love the horror franchises, baby. All right, I think you have one more.
Yes, Warren forces me to watch horror movies every year.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Every year. Ooh, child. Beyonce songs. I can name 1.
I can name 2.
I can name 3.
I can name 4.
I can name.
I can name 6.
What number were you on? 6?
You're 7.
I can name 7.
I can name 8.
Don't look at me counting on my fingers. I gotta think. I went to art school.
Oh, tears.
I can name 9.
I can name 10.
You know what? Tell me. I don't believe you. Name 10 of these.
Halo, Irreplaceable, Crazy in Love, Dangerously in Love, Speechless, Diva, Red Light, Green Light, Kitty Cat, Deja Vu, dang, there's so many running through my head that I can't name it. Did I say Crazy in Love?
No.
Crazy in Love.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, you know what's funny? The whole time I was thinking, you know the Cowboy Carter songs? I do not know the names of those songs. I'd be like, play the one after number 7.
And I'm just picturing all the music videos. I'm like, but do I know the names
Right.
of these songs I'm thinking of?
Y'all don't judge us. It's harder than it looks. But you did very good, honey. Slid on in there, little thug. I saw you, little
Look,
thug.
I know it's a little thug out there
It
somewhere.
probably is. He probably an underground rapper. All his fans are like, yeah, she know.
Look, probably a Lil YN. It's probably all of them out
I
there.
actually think that is a real one. Okay.
Probably.
Well, very good, Nadia. You breezed through those games, honey.
I'm sweating.
She ate down. Okay. Next up, we're going to do the interview segment. And you know, I love to start with origin stories. So can you tell the people where you were born and raised? And can you talk to me about one of your favorite childhood memories growing up?
First off, one of the original ATLians, grew up in SWAT, Southwest, if you don't know.
Hello.
And, ooh, child, my favorite childhood memories is something that kids don't do anymore, but just playing outside with the neighborhood kids.
Facts.
Playing like anything from basketball, football, softball, freeze tag, and then chasing after the ice cream man during the summertime. Like, we were outside.
Facts. I think recently there was like a storm or something that had knocked out the power in one state. I was watching this on TikTok, and the kids had to go outside because there was no like cell phone service, none of that. And literally someone recorded them outside, and the kids were just out there like this. They weren't even talking to each other. They were just kind of standing there, like almost like robots. So they were like, "How do we play?" I said, "No, this is a damn shame."
That is crazy.
And so literally, there's a generation of kids growing up. They don't know how to ride bikes.
Really?
When's the last time you saw a child riding a bike just out in your neighborhood or any of that? They don't do it.
Wow.
They don't know how to ride bikes. It's sad, y'all. Go outside.
Man, that's how I got my street smarts. Gotta be outside.
You gotta learn, okay? Now, a lot of people may not know this, but you actually have a twin brother.
I do.
Do you all have any special wonder twin powers? Can y'all, you know?
I hate that question.
Do y'all? Oh, yeah. Look, can you feel him right now? Is he here? Is he in the room with us?
When I tell you, every year we get those Wonder Twin Power Activate email or birthday text. I was like, if y'all don't shut up, I was like, yeah, get the ring. No, we don't have any. First of all, we are fraternal twins, meaning we are one boy, one girl, or just non-identical twins.
Right.
we were not in the same sack or egg, or however you want to get
Mm-hmm.
into it. But I would say we don't have powers, but we used to, I don't know if we still do, we used to mimic each other a lot without realizing it.
Wow.
So we used to drive our mom crazy. Like, I'd be in my room, my brother would come and ask her a question, and then 5 minutes later, I ask her the same question. We do it over and over again.
Oh
She's
my
like,
God.
stop doing that. We was like, what?
What are you talking about?
Or I'd come and bump the side of the counter, and he'd do the same thing. But one thing that we used to do when we were younger, and this is something I want to talk to all the parents out there with twins, stop buying your twins the same clothes.
Yes.
Stop it.
Yes.
We had to deal with that all the time. But one year, my uncle bought me and my brother like a really nice, like, I don't know if it's like a Coogee sweater or something similar to
Coogee?
it. You know, he was like, oh, you got money.
Okay.
And so we were going somewhere. We stopped off home to change, and then we were going to leave out. And me and my brother both burst out of our separate rooms wearing the same thing. We were just like, no, get out of my outfit. You're copying me.
How did this happen?
It was a whole thing. So we used to do that a lot, but no twin telepathy, unfortunately.
Okay, well, you know, it's not too late. You know, it may develop. You know, it may be brewing underneath.
We were supposed to get our superpowers after that first
Right. I was so mad because
that first shot.
right about now we need them.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. When did you first fall in love with art and creating? Can you pinpoint a specific moment or experience that made you realize this is your passion?
Yes, actually, I can. My first experience in just the art world in general was when I was around 14. I heard about a program called Art at Work. Now, this came from my mom. You know, when you out with your parent or guardian or whoever, and you get stopped every 5 minutes because they know everybody.
Right.
It's like, why do you know everybody? Why does everybody know you? I just want to get in and get out.
Help.
And that particular person, you know, they were yapping, and they told my mom about a program. My mom was like, oh, my kids love art. And so it was funded by Fulton County. And it was a 6-week program for inner city kids, or just kids in general between the ages of 14 to 16. And we had to interview. I showed them my little portfolio at the time. I was like, ooh, I'm about to make some money. I got paid a little $8, $9.
Period.
What is it, a week? And we had like mentors that were like either in college or their early 20s, where they taught us and handled us. And so during those 6 weeks, we got to learn mediums like ceramics. We got to learn photography, welding. And so we would do 2 mediums per summer. And so the first 3 weeks we'd work on one medium, and then the next 3 weeks we work on the other one. And then by the end of that summer program, we'd each have about 2 projects a piece, and then our parents would come at the end of the year, at the end of that session of the summer, and then they get to bid on all of our work. And all the money went to donations to keep the fund rolling, the program rolling.
Right.
And so it was just really cool. I learned so many things I'd never heard of. We walked around like little 5 points, taking photos and stuff. That was my first integration into photography and doing like photography, photo transfer on different mediums. And so, yeah, I was like, oh, this is what I want to do.
This is it.
This is it. I did 3 years in a row. And I was like, oh, I aged out of the system.
And y'all, this is why arts matter. I think a lot of like time when, especially like in this current climate, but even previous climates, like arts are typically the first things that they cut out of schools. They are the first things to lose funding. And art matters, right?
It does.
It not only reflects, I feel like, where we are in the current society, but it inspires, it empowers, it imbues you with a sense of like wonder and magic. And so that's really amazing.
Yeah, because not everybody is like into like just like regular, like I would say like learning as far as like science, math, all of that. Like I went to a math and science high school just because it was in my district. I'm an arts girl. Like I could be a straight A student, but I'm not the best test taker. So it's like if you only have that focused around like your world of learning, then it's like you're just kind of by the wayside, not enjoying education at all.
Facts. And everyone knows that a formal education is not the only way to learn. It's not always the best way either. And so very impressive. All right, let's see. So you've managed to create a very successful career as a photographer and artist. What's been your favorite project or commission so far, and what did you learn from it?
Ooh, I would say my favorite thus far was when I worked for a Black-owned hair care brand called Honey Envy. And it was really cool because that was my first time creating, I would say, luxury-looking product images for that brand. And I really challenged myself working with different mediums. So, like, their product in general didn't have ingredients of honey, but I got to drizzle honey all over it, which was cool. And that was a challenge because when you're doing anything like that, you really have to think, okay, once I pour all this on here, that is it. So let me make sure I have all the angles, the lighting, everything captured so that when I do this, I get the shot that I want.
Right.
And that really helped me to really think through every single process or scenario so that I can make sure that I can execute what I need to make sure I get that shot, because sometimes you only get one.
Right,
and
right.
so, yeah, that taught me a lot. And they came out fantastic.
Period. I have seen those photos. They're incredible. Very, very cool. Shout out to Black-owned businesses.
Yes.
If you could collaborate with anyone, whether in photography, design, or art in general, who would it be and what kind of project would you love to work on together?
Ooh. Right now, the only person that's coming to mind is a Black woman called Adrienne Raquel.
Mm-hmm.
I love her photography. First of all, she's a beautiful Black woman, and I don't know if she's rocking hair right now, but she'd be rocking like a clean bald head. And I was just like, girl, she looks amazing.
Right.
But the way she uses colors, the way that she works in her style with photography is just beautiful to me. And she started off as I would say like a creative director, photographer. She did a lot of set styling and product photography, but then she swiftly moved into photographing like celebrities. She shot Lizzo for Playboy. She shot like Willow Smith, Jaden. Like her photography looks amazing, and I would just love to collaborate with another Black woman in that field at that height in her career, because
contrary to popular belief, it's not many Black women.
It's not
in the field. And then not even like being given opportunities to excel in it. And so that's amazing. Adrienne
Raquel.
Okay.
Look, hey girl.
Baby girl. Okay. So you've worked on some challenging projects. What's been the hardest project you've had to work on, and how did you overcome those obstacles?
Ooh, child, I got many stories. But I would say the most difficult one that I worked on, mainly because it was planned out well, but like I realized that this is when you're working on something, you get to a point to where you realize, oh, I need more help. I need to think this through. And so I got a really big opportunity because what do they say, when hard work meets preparation, or preparation meets hard work, that's when opportunity forms. I'm getting that wrong. But the opportunity came my way because I was prepared for it, but I also needed help. And so it was a solo project with me stepping onto a major project to where I had to really think through my processes, get the job done within 2 days. And I got it done, but it was the most stressed out I had ever been in my life, because I was like, oh, if I don't get this, if I mess up, if I cause them to be late on the day at this location that they're renting, I'm going to look like I'm unprofessional. They're never going to hire me again. And so I had to pull myself to the side and like shake myself like, Nadia, come on, get it together. Do not cry. It's fine. Take a breath. No one's breathing down your neck. You're the only one making yourself feel the way you're feeling. So I really had to kind of step outside of myself and like be the encouragement that I needed. And that was really rewarding, because now when I'm under pressure on projects, I'm like, oh, I've been through worse, so we can get it together. But that was the most challenging for sure. Like,
facts.
Still making it happen.
And I think so many of us feel like a self-imposed pressure. Like anytime you know, like there's something at stake that's like meaningful, especially if you're someone in service to others, right? You want to make sure their dream and vision is coming to life. And so, baby, you did that, honey.
And did.
You were recently invited by Creative Mornings ATL to share your expertise with other aspiring photographers and fellow creatives. How does it feel to be in a position of influence and trust?
Ooh, I had to really sit in that and accept it, because I'm the kind of person to where I know what I know, and I know that I know what I know. But I was also the kind of person in class where it's like, I know the answer, but I don't want to be loud and wrong. So let me just kind of sit back and then get reassured when someone else tells the answer that I know. And so I just never felt like I could be an expert to teach anybody anything, because I'm not big-headed enough to think that, oh, I know it all and y'all can learn from me.
Right.
But the journey that I'm on is definitely a journey that someone is trying to get to. So it's like everybody has something to advise or a way to help someone that's on that same path. And so when that opportunity arose, I was nervous, because I was like, oh man, I got to stand up in front of 30, 40, 50 people and talk about what I know and like somehow teach them what I do so that they can be confident in doing it at home. And I just took the time, I put together a curriculum, and I went for it. I planned it out, plan things and test them before you get out there on the day. And during the entire the entire event. I was like, I think I blacked out because I was just so nervous, but I don't show it on the outside because everyone after the fact was like, oh my God, that was so great. Thank you so much. And I was just like, I was talking to Kirby. I was like, what did I say?
Was I there?
How did I look?
Was I there?
I was like, was I talking? You were like, yes. You breezed through that. And so it was really interesting. I was on a high for a minute, but I learned to kind of step outside of myself again and really listen and make myself realize, okay, you're talking too fast, slow down. You know, it's okay to reiterate. Oh, that light didn't work. Make a joke out of it and get it going. People, you're not perfect and nothing is, and people, will rock with you because they want to see what you're talking about.
Facts.
That was a really cool experience. I'm looking forward to many more, which is so funny. As a kid, I hated talking in front of people.
Right.
Do not put me in public speaking, nothing. But now I'm like, yeah, let me talk.
Sure. I'm ready. What do you want to know?
I know what I'm talking about today.
And I love that. I definitely think sometimes we all feel that imposter syndrome that like, me? You want me to be? But no, you are the premier expert in your style of photography, your brand, your concepts. Yeah, no, that's really, really amazing. Period. Okay. What are some pieces of advice you'd like to give to other aspiring creatives who are trying to break into the industry and push past their own limits?
Ooh, advice. I would say understand where you are right now. Everybody wants the big jobs to make the big bucks. They want people, knocking at their door, calling them, saying, hey, I want to hire you and I want to pay you $70,000. But if you look at where you are, you have to ask yourself, am I ready to make $70,000? Am I ready to execute a $70,000 project? And you probably aren't, which is fine. And so I would advise them to understand where they are, organize the business side of their photography or their business in general, and then understand like how to communicate. What are you going to say in an email when someone asks you about the way you execute a project? Do you have a team? Do you know how to read contracts? Do you have a lawyer to overlook those contracts, to negotiate the best deal for you? You really need to understand the business side so that creative portion can carry over. Because as creatives, we don't really think too much about the other side of the business. We just want to make money doing what we love, but you could be leaving a lot of money on the table. And I've talked to many younger photographers that either talked themselves out of a project or out of money or did a job without making really any money that they could still be making money on now. So I would advise getting a mentor, studying up on business, and really figuring out how to actually make that something that could sustain your life for sure. If that's what you want to do. If you want to keep it a hobby, you can do that, but figure out where you are. Right. And then grow from there. Yeah.
And she has lots of useful tips like this on her YouTube. She is a very giving and I love it because it's not like you're a gatekeeper, right? You are willing to share information. You're really to take people, this is my journey. This is my story. This is what I know. Because at the end of the day, there's room for everybody. And I love that you do that.
Yeah. And I met so many gatekeepers, especially when I was in portrait photography, just starting out. I was like, hey, where did you photograph, your model? I really want to go there too. And they're like, oh, I'd rather not share it because, I just want my portfolio to look unique. I'm like, girl, you don't own the street. What do you think? Seriously? And so I get excited when people hit me up or DM me or just I meet them in person at events. And they're like, oh my God, can you tell me how you did this? Where did you get that? I'm like, yeah, I'll tell you right now because me sharing with you is not going to take anything away from me. And I'd rather help more people not struggle the way that I did, especially women in photography because again, it's a male-dominated field in general, and it's even less Black women. So I'm like, girl, what do you need? Okay. Do you have contracts? I have a lawyer. You need advice on that? I'm so quick to give them advice that's going to actually get them to where they need to be instead of giving them the runaround.
Period. Community building, people. Hello. Because it's lonely at the top. You look around, you're like, oh, I'm the only one.
Yes. Reach around. Like Issa says. Reach around. Don't be trying to go up. Network right next to you. Get your friends, family, get up there. All y'all need to go together.
Hello. Okay. So let's talk about style. How has your style evolved since high school and college? In what ways has your personality and artistic vision grown over the years?
Ooh, child, I have had many fashion transformations. Hair in general, I've had so many hair transformations, but I look back, Facebook gives you those flashbacks.
Yeah, it's humbling.
And I was like, I don't need that. I don't need to know what I was wearing 15 years ago.
All of our business casual wear. Business casual everywhere.
The vests. The vest and then the Rihanna haircuts. and craziness. But I mean, I've always been me. I've never, I guess, followed the trend back in the day when everybody was wearing their baby fat and stuff like that. I was like, take me to the thrift store. I want to look like Denise from the Cosby Show. I want to look like I'm in the 80s. Like the 80s is my jam. Like I
it's a great era.
love the clothing, the colors, the hair, all of that. And so that bit of nostalgia, I take that and put that into my work when it comes to color or the way that I see shapes. I work a lot of organic shapes into my work. And just, I love to tell a story through the way that I style. So just like the way that I dress, like it's all very executed in the way that I envision. That's the way I put it. That's the direction that I go when I'm putting it into the work that I produce.
Who are some of your fashion icons? Some of the people that influence you?
Ooh, let me see here. It's all movies. Let me think. For sure, like I said, the wardrobe on the Cosby Show, I love that. I don't know if y'all seen this. It's kind of like a deep cut, like the live action Super Mario Brothers.
Yes. The one with John Leguizamo?
Yes. The club scene when they were wearing like the latex and the crazy earrings and the hair. Like I love that. Some of my other Weird Science. It's another 80s movie with Anthony Michael Hall, but the robot lady that they created.
Yes.
I loved her like full on denim outfits. So like I take pieces from movies I've seen and I try to look for that in thrift stores, and then like the shapes that I remember seeing, I try to imbue that into the work that I do. So it all comes together.
It is amazing. I always have a joke every time I see Nadia. I'm like, girl, you look good. Where you get that from? The trash? You got it at a dump, you found it outside and you just reconfigured it? Because I'm like, she has such a great eye for like, oh yeah, this is it. I know what I can do with this. And maybe the material, look at it.
The trash is crazy.
Fabulous. So you had the opportunity to attend SCAD, a world-renowned art school. How did your time there shape your growth as an artist, and what stands out from that experience?
Ooh, SCAD was interesting because I was in Savannah, that Savannah location. And so
beautiful campus.
It is. I haven't been back since. I need to go back and check it out because I know they have updated technology that we did not have. But in school, I was studying something else. I majored in industrial design and also furniture design. And so I learned how to design and create physical objects when it comes to telling a story that way. And so I take that background into the set design that I use now in my everyday photography. So it's all tied in together. I got to work with raw materials from like raw wood, turning it into coffee tables and wine racks and things like that.
Girl, what can't you do?
I'm Miss Bob the Builder.
Babiana.
Babiana, yes.
That is amazing. So travel has played a significant role in your life. How has exploring different places impacted your work and perspective on the world?
Ooh, if you can travel, please do. I miss traveling so much, and I'm going to get back to it as soon as I can. But I just love seeing life in color in other people's backyards, per se. Like, because fashion in Atlanta is not the same fashion in London and Paris.
Yep.
Like hairstyles, the way they walk, talk, act, all of that. And I just love being centered in the community. And I have a thing, like I'm a nerd about a lot of things. And so I'm kind of addicted to language learning. I know how to speak different languages, like little bits of different languages, but one of my goals is to be a polyglot, which is someone that knows like a multitude of languages. I want to say 5 or more, because when you travel, I like being invested in a part of the community to where I don't need someone to cater to me and speak English. I want to be able to speak to you in that language. And one tradition that I do is whenever I travel, I buy some type of clothing. I don't like collecting like shot glasses because I don't really drink like that, and I don't really like knickknacks, just collecting dust. Whatever I get, I want to be able to use and wear over and over again. So a lot of the pieces in my closet are examples of where I've been, and so I get to repurpose those and introduce travel into my daily wardrobe whenever I'm out.
And I think, like you were saying, like the best way to experience a place is to fully immerse yourself, right?
Yes.
I think it's so funny. Americans, we typically, we're not very well traveled, most Americans. But then when you do travel, like you were saying, we do expect people to meet us where we are. Like, this is one of the only places you'll go somewhere and be like, why y'all don't speak English, or why y'all don't do it this way? Why? That's not how it works. And I think you'll miss a lot of the beauty of like those experiences because you're not really grounded in what it's like to be a member of their community. So yeah, no, that's dope. coming into your own as an artist and a person, how do you feel when people show awe or admiration of your work, or like, they'll tell you like, oh my God, like you influenced me. You're one of my heroes. Like, what does that feel like?
It feels a little bit uncomfortable. Because it's not that I don't take compliments well. I just don't know what to do with it. Like one of my best friend Trisha, like she'll get me a gift because she knows that I hate it. Because when someone gives me things, I'm like, oh dang, I didn't get you anything, and I'm like, I have to like now show you that you are also somebody that's on my mind as well. I don't know why that is, but I'm just like, thank you for this gift. Now I have to get her something. I don't know what it is. But so when someone compliments me, or like even when I meet people, like, oh my God, I've been following you for years. I can't believe I'm meeting you. I'm like, I'm just me. Like, I am not a celebrity.
Right.
Please don't act like that, like, because I don't know how to respond.
Right.
So I'm learning to take it in more and more because I don't think of myself. And so when I get approached by someone that's thinking of me in that way or in a big way, like I'm kind of like taken aback because I'm like, girl, I wasn't even thinking about myself at all. I'm just here existing and doing my best to kind of give to friends and family and to contribute something to the community that means something.
Well, girl, you better embrace those flowers. Y'all, when y'all see Nadia in the street, y'all run up to her and you tell her, okay, you give her flowers, honey, because that's what we're doing in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's talk about mentorship, because I know that's something that means a lot to you.
Mm-hmm.
What role has mentorship played in your career, whether it be your cousin, artist, entrepreneur, Tom Davey, your mother, other professionals? Who has helped kind of guide you in your business and artistic endeavors?
Mentorship is very important. I have had a few mentors. I would say my first mentor was, his name is Ray Bergeron. He is a master woodworker and carpentry maker, still in business in Atlanta. He does beautiful work.
Incredible.
Beautiful. And he really, I met him, again, my mama knows everybody. And so right after I graduated college, a friend of hers knew about him and he was looking for an intern. And so I went there, I met him, and he was like, can you really build things? And I was like, I sure can. And I blew him away with my skills. And so I apprenticed with him for a good 8 years, I believe, because I really thought I was going to be in the shop working and building until I realized, I don't like coming home dirty every day, actually.
My hands are.
I don't want this. But that was when I realized, I like making furniture, but I like it for me. I didn't like the aspect of like creating something for other people, because after a while, the magic of it goes away, and then you're just kind of a slave to giving people what they want the way they want it, and the creativity's kind of gone.
Right.
And then I met Tamara Darden, who was my photography mentor. And she really taught me about the business of photography. And she really helped me to scale the product photography business that I have now, which I started over in 2019. The end of 2019, I debuted it in 2020. And so with her help and guidance, I was able to really build a structure and really make the kind of money I wanted to make and turn photography into a full-time job. So like, and I still, talk to them occasionally, and I've taken up that place of now mentoring other photographers now. So it's just come full circle.
Full circle. Oh my God, I love that. Y'all, if you are interested in something, I agree with you, mentorship is so important, because there are people that are willing to teach. I think it's important to be able to like bounce ideas off someone who's been doing what you want to do. And so that's incredible. So your creative journey has been filled with high points and growth. Is there one moment that stands out as a turning point, or one that made you realize this is what I'm supposed to be doing?
I think now that I've stepped more into the educational realm, I'm feeling like this is what I'm supposed to be doing, because I learned a long time ago that photography was my passion. And just the arts in general was my passion. But it wasn't until I really started giving information that I've been kind of keeping to myself to build my business, and seeing how that information has positively affected and helped other people to grow. I was like, I want to do for you what I wasn't able to get for myself, or I want to be the person that you can refer to, versus being out there trying to search on Google or YouTube. Like, I want to be that searchable thing that pops up. The answer is the exact question that you were looking for. Because, when you're starting off and growing a business, you may need a specific question, and Google, it'll give you 1,000 answers,
Hello.
and none of them are the ones you want.
That part.
And so I really enjoy being just that source of information that I can hopefully help and give to someone that really needs it to grow and go off on their journey.
Period. I love that. Okay, last question. So there's if anyone's at seen where there's a boldness in your style and art. It's bold and colorful and vibrant. Have there been moments when you had to take a leap of faith creatively, and how did that decision impact your journey?
Leap of faith creatively. Yeah, actually, yes. Going back to the challenging question about like what was your most challenging project, on that project when I realized, I need help, that was like do or die. Like I was like, we gonna see how this ends. Because everything is going to blaze right now. But I turned it around.
Hello.
And so I really had to go with my gut because I had that moment where I was kind of left alone with my own judgment. So I was on set working and styling something using the materials that was provided for me. I pretty much provide everything, but I'm at the mercy of you and your project. You brought me on. And so I did my little styling. I was like, okay, this looks good. And one of the producers came over and they were like, okay, it looks good. It needs something though. And I was like,
what does it need?
What does it need? And I was like, I'm sure you'll figure it out. And then they walked away. And I was like, ah. I was like, I don't know what she's talking about. And so I was just panicking. I'm just like, these are all the materials I have. The way that I arranged them is the best way I could based on what you gave me. And you walked over here and said, it needs something. I'm sure you'll figure it out. And I was just like, will I? Because I thought I did, And so after panicking in the corner, I came back and did a little something else. And I think I had some extra props that I didn't realize that I had, and it saved the day. Because she was like, oh, perfect. And I was like, thank you for nothing. And so I was able to skate by on that. But I was just like, I can't ask for help because she hired me and I'm a professional. But I need help. And so I have to make it work.
Right.
That moments like that you can't really prepare for.
Facts.
But you got to learn how to pivot and make it work. And so that right there, I will never forget that day.
Hello. I have one more question. Yes, guys, she has to go. Okay, one more. Give me an interview question to ask the next person I interview.
Ooh, an interview question. Let me think. Okay. Coming off the top of the dome. What is a new career choice you would take on if you had to pivot right now, this instant? Let's say it was D-Day, job's over, you want to travel. Let me leave America.
Right.
Because,
hello,
we all thinking about that.
And are.
What would be the next thing that you would pivot to and why?
I love that. Okay, where can the people find you if they want to reach out? If they want to book you. Okay, where can they get in touch?
Hey y'all, y'all can find me at clickpopstudio.com. You could also find me on YouTube at clickpopstudio. And if you want to email me, my email address is hello@clickpopstudio.com. That's where you'll get business information. You can reach me on booking as well as photography and business learning and techniques on YouTube. Oh, and also Instagram, Click Pop Studio, as well as Nadia and I photo. I'm everywhere, y'all.
Look, y'all better book her, reach out to her. Her work is incredible. It was such an honor to have you on my show. Look, I had to look, y'all. She's usually behind the camera. I had to pull her.
He got me on screen,
like,
y'all.
Come on, it's season 4. It's time. And so I learned so much. And it is such an honor to watch you on your journey as you're growing and excelling. And I mean, you're just so brilliant, and I'm so grateful to even be in company with you. You all can find me at Uncle Twirl, that's Twirl with an E, on all social media platforms. Nadia and I, everybody. And remember, feel free to spill the tea, but don't be messy. Bye, y'all.